Ahoy, landlubbers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking, and I welcome you to an exciting stream for me, and for you, perhaps. So I've been going on and on about the October 12th stream. Now, I will make a note that this is hashtag dating this live stream, Saturday, October 19th, and not October 12th. And if you're watching this in the distant future or somehow divorced from current events, the reason for that is a whole entire hurricane enveloped the state that I just moved to and disabled my power for the entire weekend that I had planned to stream, which is what I should have expected without any additional information. I should have just assumed that would be true. But I wanted it to be a little bit of a surprise what was going on, but I have let everyone know very clearly that chat was going to have more control over my stream than ever before, and that is true. I'm going to give a little quick background on how we got here, and then you all are going to play. It's your game. So I was trying to think of what to do for a special Halloween stream this year, and I came up with the idea that I wanted to do a trick stream and a treat stream. And I don't think I have time in the schedule for the treat stream. The idea wasn't fully formed, as it were. I mean, it could be implemented as it is, and it would be fine. It would be a different type of chaos than this, but I think it would still be interesting. But I think we'll revisit that in the future. However, the trick stream, I put a lot of work into it, and we're doing that. So originally the idea was that with like no explanation or prompt, I was just gonna be like, yeah, Halloween stream, and then stream I think it's like part 4 of Telltale's Batman. It's the one that like historically when I was like streaming it from the PlayStation 4, there's like a food fight in Arkham Asylum, and like one of the characters didn't load correctly while I was playing, and they were just like floating eyes and teeth, and then the entire console crashed. And so like I thought like that was really spooky, invisible eyes and teeth man. And I was just gonna do that, but I was gonna set up the mode where like chat, like viewers choose all the choices in the game. But as I was doing research, you can't do that anymore because Telltale as a company went under, and then they stopped the server support for that. And then I started investigating, like, how could I replicate that? And what I found instead of a good answer to that was a tutorial on how to let Twitch chat play any game off your computer. But, like, the more buttons there are, like, the worse that experience gets by a lot. So then I started asking for some input on, like, what would be, like, a really basic Halloween appropriate game. And I got some reasonable suggestions, but somehow it occurred to me that there is already something in our catalog that would be fun to bring back that we played before that we could do for this, and that is Costume Quest. I started playing Costume Quest on my YouTube channel way back when, and then I think I played Costume Quest 2 streaming off the PS4 in the before times. So once I got that in my head, I spent like a few days working out some basic logistics so that this works correctly. It's gonna be tricky. I don't know how well this is gonna go. Is part of the reason why I tried to get as many people as possible to join for this, because I feel like the more inputs we get, the more likely we are to consistently have a shot at making progress and not just struggle. Now, I think technically I can use my keyboard once we start with this. I probably shouldn't unless I have to. I have, however, also set up the Stream Deck with 2 entire pages of commands, which is really just one set of commands duplicated so that the holdable buttons are holdable. So as a brief overview, I had to change the default controls in this game because they use things like Shift and Control and Tab, and for some reason those are excluded as possible commands you can use with this system whose name I don't remember. You can look it up at some point if you really want it. If you want to know more about this, ping me on the Discord after the stream. I'll like post the video that I used to do this if you want. It's a really good tutorial. But yeah, so like WASD, they're your arrow keys. They move you around. Because this game was on like the Xbox 360 at all, you know, it had like a joystick, so like moving around isn't quite as simple as like, you know, OG Pokemon or something like that. So there are two variants of those. You can do up, down, left, right, or you can hold up, down, left, right for like, I think I put it for like a second and a half or something. This will all be very interesting in execution. And then I changed the various button commands to just be the first letter in a word that describes the action. So B is bash, which is you have like your pumpkin pail and you use it to like gather candy from the overworld and stuff like that. C is to change costumes, which I haven't been able to try because I've only had access to the first like 20 minutes of the game without like playing through a bunch of it. I is interact, use it to like open treasure chests and talk to people. P uses your costume power. There are powers that require you to hold the button, so you can also hold those if you want to hold them. Exclamation mark, hold key, space, and then WASD or P to hold those. And then finally, M for menu. And you can access those at any time by hitting exclamation mark, controls. Doesn't Costume Quest battle mechanics have Mario RPG timing elements? Yes! They will not go well. This will be bad. But that's y'all's problem. Now, normally I do too much talking, and I would say that perhaps I've already accomplished that. So why don't we go ahead and just see how this works. Now, I think I'm going to leave chat up here, unless we deem it too distracting. I feel like it might be interesting to keep track of what's being inputted. So just all commands require exclamation mark before them. Other than that, you just have to do keys. So we're gonna start new game, costume quest, slot 1, new game. I think I'm gonna have to do one manual input when you choose your starting character. It's a mouse click, and I don't think there's a way to set that up in the system, and I don't know why that's a mouse click. If something like that comes up, I'll click, I'll get your input. You tell me who you want as the character. Kids, I know it's tough being in a strange new town, but tonight is Halloween, so please, go out there and make new friends. Mom, Halloween isn't about making friends, it's about making terror. And candy. It's about showing the world who you really are. Well, even if you don't find any new friends, remember, your very best friend will always be your brother or sister. Ew, gross. That's why you have to stick together, or else you're grounded. No way, I'm not going trick-or-treating with my little brother. You're only 10 minutes older than me, and I'm the big one. I don't know why, it's like blazing past. Everything's super fast, it's impossible to read. Yes, I suppose I should put one of you in charge, so there won't be any fighting.
Did someone say birthday?
Oh, did someone say birthday? Oh, Lord. That's really inconvenient, but I still have access to that. Use this musical interlude to decide which character you want to be. The boy is Reynold and the girl is Ren. Choose. Again at the moment, but you'll be watching. Well, happy birthday to you, Alcadius. I hope you enjoy your birthday and this mess. Ren. Okay, great. I agree that Ren is the correct choice. So let us do Ren. I don't know, what do you want? Space? Great. Ren, you're in charge. Are you kidding me? No talking, slave. What year did this come out? Didn't we just agree that we just, like, don't use the word slave at all? Did you blow this night for me? I swear, I will tell Mom what you did to the cat. But you'll be lucky if you get any candy at all with you dressed as that horrible costume. But let's get this good time over with. Alright, there you go. There's gonna be some cutscenes, but it's all you now. Now, I say that, but I do have the ability to... Let's go over to the hold version. Navigating the overworld is best done with the hold key command. So you'll probably want to do, and I'll demonstrate. Assuming that ever takes hold. Oh, am I not clicked in? There we go. I think something about the spacebar goofed that up. There's no candy corn command. The candy corn is a pacifist. Alright, listen. It's your show. You can do as many joke commands as you want, but you're just gonna stand there. Now, this is putting in a lot of work for someone on mobile to put in commands that are not valid. That's interesting. It tells you what's not in the whitelist. Why is that like a default? Wait, why isn't C in the whitelist? Oh, are you trying to hold key? I don't think we're in front of a bashable object. The bashable pumpkins glow a more distinct color. I would demonstrate, but I don't see one currently. Can move about without typing. No, there's a command exclamation mark hold key and then WAS or D, and those are your primary moves. Now the trick is unknown to me and to you how many people are trolls and may deliberately try to get you going in the wrong direction. It's a poor computer. Honestly, it's running better than it was yesterday. This only takes like 12% CPU, which is like totally normal. More of a grubbin. That's fair. I like to imagine that this is how the game was beta tested. So yeah, those pumpkins there, you could bash those. You can get to them. I dare you. Now, if at any point you actually want to ask me a question or interact directly with me, I recommend adding me because it will help me see what's not commands. Look at that. You got 2 candy. I'm proud of you, chat. Now, I really have no expectation of real progress, but if you pull it off, I'm going to be very impressed. And I do have it set up so I can help you, but at least for now, I want to see how you all manage. I may have to... Someone got a flag that C wasn't a whitelist key. Oh, hang on. Excuse me, I've got some trick-or-treating to do. Guess again, we run all the trick-or-treating in this town. 30% rise in something. We're gonna blow past those dialogue options. I see. Okay. Tis you to see how C would be to thee. 30% rise in candy harvest since they took over. Demolition asked me how I'm doing. Well, nothing is broken yet. I will say that I spotted something before the stream that I'm really anxious about. I don't want to talk about it until I've had a chance to investigate it. Just more bad news. Hey, could you step aside for 1 second? Step back or you're going to be the one in bandages. Due to your injuries, comprende? Not because we lent you a costume. The cleaning lady will be here on Monday. The game won't let me perform violence against these children. Well, I didn't program the game. I just allowed you to control the game. I was putting some more thought into the theoretical adventure game that I would like to make that would allow you to, like, use knife to solve, like, essentially all problems, but, like, with consequences. It is a project that I know has relevance to Neko's heart. Yeah, so, like, yeah, B, it says B is not in the whitelist, so I think the whitelist is only, keys that are allowed to be held down. The only keys that I believe are set up for that are WASD and P. I don't think any of the others require it, so I didn't allow it. Really wanted to constrain what access there was for the reason that, you know, the way this works is like it actually enables you to like send system commands to my computer. So like, don't want shenanigans, just want, well, the specific kind of shenanigans that are associated with costume quests. So the mummies, I believe, are just a roadblock for now. Ditch me and you're grounded. I know that when I was running through this, I managed to trigger a cutscene that was either, like, left or up. So do with that information what you will. I think we have to, like, find a couple of lit doors to go trick-or-treating with, and then, like, once we've done a couple, it triggers a cutscene that changes our status quo. Now, I'll grant you that, while I do think Costume Quest is a good choice for this, it's not an ideal choice for this. There are many ways you can set this sort of thing up. Like, the tutorial I watched explained how, like, they set up Minecraft to be playable this way. Now, I don't think any mouse controls are allowable through the input system. So they, like, rebound, like, mouse button presses for their controls so that Chet could use those. And then his goal was that he was simply going to steer with the mouse. I do think that this system works best with something like, you know, relatively, like, 8-bit or, like, tile-based, like Pokemon. You know, classically, Twitch Plays Pokemon was, like, the first of this kind. Yeah, I think the houses are toward the left. Here, let me, switch over to hold version. Skip the house. Is it down, then? Give you a little nudge in the right direction. I mean, I can just, like, throw a bunch in here. I think since the mummies are to the right and it doesn't want us to go up, we're supposed to go further down our street. I don't actually think there's really anything early on to, like, make that clear, but, you know, normally the consequences are minimal. It is the case that if two commands process at more or less the same time, like direction-wise, it will do diagonals. Just want to see us bash. I'm not sure that bash is all that exciting. You just sort of, you just whack it. You just whack it. Yeah, I forgot how many, like, fenced-off areas there are in this game. Tried bashing the pumpkins and nothing happened. I'm not sure that we were right up next to them. I think there's, like, a visible, like, contextual prompt if you're close enough to, like, actually do the thing. If you bash, like, one of those glowing pumpkins, like, you just get a small quantity of candy, which are used to, like, buy trading cards and some kind of upgrade I don't remember. It has been quite some time since I've played this game. So that right there, is that our door? Or is that... No, I think the one above was our door. I think this is trick-or-treatable. Oh. Well, we're here now. I want to see you get us unstuck. That's what I want to see. We live here now. I can't manually move us if I have to, but yeah, we're not that stuck. It would be kind of funny if we did get stuck. All right, moving back in the direction of the house. Here's a little nudge. I do miss all of the combat prompts about candy corn. I hope we get to a point where that's possible, but I don't actually think we will. Jump out at children like an ambush predator. This is how trick-or-treating works, yes? That's how it works for the Grubbins, for sure. For sure. I think that, like, I think I set it to 1.5 seconds hold time. I think that's about right. I tested a couple longer ones, and it felt like that was, like, way easier to get stuck and way harder to, like, get in angled spaces if we had to. One thing that is true and unfortunate is you can do just, like, !W, and it does register it, but that will just move, it will, like, turn you, like, north, basically. It'll take, like, a fraction of a step forward. It's, like, the most minimal amount of input. For moving purposes, hold key is, like, really, really your jam. Now, I have no earthly idea who came up with this system, or... Well, I guess I understand why, but, like, oh my goodness. It just seems like a lot of work, you know? Chad, I believe in you. I really do. I see the effort, Anime. I know you're trying to get to the... Here's a little nudge. Oh, maybe we could go for that door there. The lower one. That's also an option. Of course, hedging the bet there's going to be a problem, because if half of chat wants to go to the higher one and half of them wants to go lower, well, that's going to be a problem. We started all the way down here? I thought we started above. I thought there were 2 houses to trick or treat. Now, one thing that is nice about this is I could just, like, if I had to, like, go and refill my drink or something, I could do that, and the whole stream could just function without me. You know, make of that subtext what you will. Now, you appear to be right, Neko. We appear to have come from the lower one. I hope that some percentage of you enjoy this, and I do hope that we get at least a few more people to join us, just because I was excited to see what people's reaction to this would be. You sure this is what you'd call functioning? The commands are working. That is all that was ever guaranteed. Doesn't seem to do anything. You want hold key space S, Cotillion. Hold key space S should move you. Exclamation mark S is mainly for, like, navigating menu, I think. Because it's just, like, one... It's, like, tapping, like, a direction input. Now, when you get this close, there is a valid strategy of chat just, like, going in on tapping. That's an option. Well, the good thing about this system demolition is that, you know, you can chat without having to say anything or engage emotionally when Twitch plays Costume Quest. Love to see it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna switch back to not hold mode. Man, it really turns you just, like, the slightest amount. That's wild. Like, just to demonstrate how little single button press does. Like, up, up, up. Like, that's not gonna get you very far. When you get close, it might get you where you want to be. But, you know, again, I'm not sure that Costume Quest is the ideal game for this setup. But I will also remind you, as I'm pretty sure most of you are at least somewhat familiar with the concept of Twitch Plays Pokemon, which to my knowledge is the originator of this sort of concept, that it was like an awful lot of just like spinning around in place and chaotic uselessness. Like, that's just the nature of this input system. So, like, will we make any progress? It's unclear. Someone has decided to go very far away from that house. But, you know, we're off to a good start. We've collected 4 whole pieces of candy, which, you know, is probably about as much candy as, like, you should eat in a day, unless you're, like, really indulging. Are the commands case sensitive? I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure I entered them as capital letters, but the input menu has them saved as lowercase, so I don't think so. Chat is bad at Halloween. Hello, Clockwork Nate. Yeah, I mean, I think that's to be expected. Anytime you crowdsource anything, you're gonna run into some trouble. And Halloween is no different. I mean, imagine if, you know, you gave Twitch chat control of a robot to, like, decorate for a Halloween party. Like, I wouldn't expect that to go particularly well. You just need an intense level of unity and precision. Tuition is maliciously taking us away from the house. He did really, like, blast off like Team Rocket to get out of there when we were at our closest. That's true. Here, I'll give us a little help. How about a down and like a left? You were bad at Halloween. I didn't notice that that pop-up. That feels targeted and malicious. There's always the problem of people purposely throwing the game. True. I mean, that's a real problem. Especially with, like, the three-dimensional navigation. Speaking of game controls. So, regulars here have probably seen some or all of my ongoing playthrough of the Blackwell adventure game series. And a few weeks ago, we encountered a voice clip that I think we all agreed would be a fun channel point redemption. And it was from one of the more recent games in the series, which meant that it had individual volume sliders for, like, music and sound effects and voice audio. And we were all like, oh, how impressive. Previously, you had to hit, like, F2 and F3. How are we over here? It had hit like F2 and F3 to control the audio, and there was no in-game command to tell you this. And so, because I like got started early today trying to make sure everything was working, I had like a little bit of time. I didn't want to like get focused on a new task or anything, like outside of the office where I do these things from. And so I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can get that voice clip. And I learned something that's just frankly embarrassing to me. Which is, yes, the last 2 games in the Blackwell series have a dedicated slider for volume of game audio versus voice audio. However, the voice volume slider does not independently control voice volume. What it does is change the voice volume relative to the audio of all the rest of the game, which is an insanely unintuitive and confusing way to do that. To put it another way, if you mute the game audio with the first slider, the volume slider does nothing. If you max out the game audio slider, the volume, the voice volume slider functions normally. Okay, hold on. Down. Switch. Trying really slowly to turn us, but it will take us a minute. I feel like it has become my job to try and counteract demolition, but I also am concerned that that amount of tug of war will prevent any meaningful progress. Although there was never really any guarantee of progress. This is a good use of the Stream Deck. Is it a normal use of the Stream Deck? Absolutely not. It couldn't be a weirder use of the Stream Deck. God, the individual movement, it just does nothing. The goggles, they do nothing. Then we're involved in Twitch Plays Pokemon, they'd still be choosing the starter. Frankly, if we were... How far are we into this? Probably about 20 minutes of gameplay. If we were 20 minutes into Twitch Plays Pokemon, I would be shocked if we were even, like, talking to Professor Oak. So far as leader, you're underwhelmingly. Just being honest. Not even 20 minutes. See, yeah, like, we're doing fine. I mean, yes, we've accomplished virtually nothing. But, like, what would you expect? I mean, this isn't, like, a normal way to control a video game. Chat! Chat, it's happening! We need I? Use the button for door. There it is! Chat! Chat! Now hold on. You did it! Chat! I'm proud of you! Oh, this is Halloween, not garbage day! I was going to give this entire bag of candy to the next kids that came to my door, but ouch! Take some of this stale, dietetic candy. As you eat it, try to think about how bad your costumes are. Knew your stupid costume was gonna get in the way of my trick-or-treating. Echo says, I'd like you to know that I exclaimed I with so much excitement that my mom called out concerned. Thank you for the update, Neko. I appreciate that. Is she not equally invested in the state of our trick-or-treating? This would shock me. The robot is a great one. Yeah, man. Like legitimately, for, like, a young kid's costume, like, yeah, it's made out of, like, cardboard or whatever, but, like, the shape and the whole, like, it's a pretty good costume, I think. She just doesn't understand what I'm going through. Take it from me, parents just don't understand. Which isn't actually a condemnation of parents. It's a lyric to a Will Smith song from, like, roughly 10,000 years ago. Katie says, I don't think I can make a robot costume like that out of cardboard as an adult. I, like, literally just, like, 10 or 20 minutes before the stream caught on Twitter, like, a video of someone, like, making their cosplay, and, like, there were parts of it was like a rapid montage of them putting together a costume, and, like, some of the parts where I'm like, well, how does it even occur to you to do that? Like, how do you get there? Progress? We just have every other house in the game to go. Exactly, progress. What's the problem? Now, I will note that I did set up the chatbot to iterate the, I think the explanation command, because it tells you how to access the controls. It's supposed to do that every 20 minutes, and it hasn't done that yet, so I am concerned that it's just not going to do that at all. But keep in mind that if you need to know the controls, you can exclamation mark controls at any time. Oh yeah, so we are separated from our sibling, by the way, after they got mad about the bad candy we got. Ooh. I have a good feeling about this house, don't you? Hey, where'd you go? You're hurting my rep. Can't afford to be seen with you in your crummy costume. Well, more candy for me, then. What little I know about the new Zelda game is exciting, Alcadius. I haven't, like, really looked into it, but the idea is cool. Scram, human! I'm busy searching this house for... candy? Ooh, more strategy and puzzles? That's cool. Holy mama! Come here, you giant talking candy! Put me down, I'm not candy! It's just a very convincing costume! This is just great. We have 104 pieces of candy. To be honest, I wasn't sure if we would get this far. And we're still like just barely a half hour in. I believe Alcadius is talking about... I don't actually remember the name of it, but there's like a new Legend of Zelda game where you actually like play as Zelda. It's like Zelda the Wand of Wisdom or something. I don't know. How long would I say this game is? Oh, I don't know. Probably like... just off the top of my head, it's been a while. But like, I'd guess something like 8 to 12 hours? Echoes of Wisdom. It's not alliterative. I said open up! And I said get lost. But I got candy. And I got orders. They say no grubbins allowed back in till all houses are cleared of candy. But this is special candy. It's huge and wiggly and it says stuff. Put me down, you toad! Did you hear that? Bojan has to check this out. All right, throw it over for inspection. Tell Bojan it was Guts from Section 5. G-U-S! Ah! My squeedly spooch! Hey, Gus. I'm the only one who gets to throw my brother around. You weren't supposed to see that. Now we gotta fight. Alright, chat. Best of luck. Good thing you're just a puny little human baby. Sick of annoying people and monsters trying to ruin my Halloween. Time to show you how we trick-or-treat back where I'm from. 1 block over. So now, you probably don't want your hold keys. This is why I enabled both options. Because this is more of a traditional RPG setting, I think you want just like regular directions. And the screen will indicate which buttons do which commands here, so you don't have to remember them all. Match the timing! Every costume has its own timing. I'm not sure we'll ever get a second costume, so don't worry too hard about that. Press P now! Just to be clear, this is the tutorial and these windows will not be this long. The lag will kill us. You must anticipate. Don't shoot where they are, shoot where they're gonna be. It's fine we did 22 damage. It's fine we took 20 damage. Every costume has a special power that charges up. It's fine we did 20 damage. It's fine we took 18 damage. Okay, well we're not using our costume power, but that's fine. For some reason, neither one of us took lethal. Oh, I think... Wait, can you not leave the tutorial without using your power? There's no way any person has ever tested this before. Ah, there we go. Now they exploded. See, it's completely fine. And we got a bunch of experience in candy. We'll be fine, maybe. Not your average trick-or-treater, are you? Yeah, well, Halloween's kind of my thing. Hey, have you seen a short, dumb, super uncool little nerd running around here? I have to go find him or I'm gonna be grounded. Everyone is in this normal world is dumb and annoying. Now, vanish before I'm forced to make you disappear. I think we do heal after every fight, but I honestly don't remember. You call me normal? I'd give you a taste of my robot missiles or something. Hey, wait, hang on. Hold it. Wait, okay. Well, it's Halloween and we are costumeless. Very embarrassing. My costume's gone. Reynolds gone. The one day I care about. The only thing I had to look forward to this entire year, ruined. Ruined! I was gonna ground me for losing Reynolds. What's that famous quote? A disappointment is immeasurable, and my day has been ruined. Is that right? Now this cat's gonna barf on me. What you got there, kitty? It's the pattern for my robot costume. How did you get that? No, really, you're a cat. How did you do that? I just have to find the materials listed here to rebuild my robot costume. And the cat's gone. The awesome cat left before I could thank him. Well, we got a blueprint. All we need is like 3 costume components. How hard could that be? So yeah, here I think in the menu, arrow keys will be your friend. Actually accessing anything in the menu sounds like it will be a nightmare because at will someone can just close the menu after you've opened it. But, you know, thus is the nature of Twitch Plays Anything. I find it interesting that the robot mission objective calls out Dorsilla by name, even though she didn't introduce herself. We have some real competing interests. I know that Nego is excited to finally bash something, and Demolition is really interested in the menu that we now have access to. I have much respect for the interval that Demolition is allowing for between menu openings. Demolition. I don't have a command set up for that. I have heard of streamers making, like, massive channel point redemptions to, like, ban their own moderators. I feel like that's only for, like, a certain kind of low-grade toxic community. I don't even think you could do that in a high-grade toxic community, because then you can't really afford to lose the moderator, right? Now, granted, the bans are temporary, but still. Now, we can bash these remaining glowing pumpkins beneath us. I think we can also bash those, like, weird mist-spewing garbage bags off to the left, but hey, the world is your oyster, Twitch chat. Trying to see what's in here. So we have status, which includes, like, active mission objectives and a list of the quests we've completed for the future. Battle stamps are, like, equipment that we don't have access to later, until later. Costume patterns, I don't know. I think that just shows us which costumes we have access to and, like, what components we've found for those that we've, like, started collecting, which right now is, like, literally nothing. We don't have even one costume. Creepy treats are optional collectibles, and status, I don't know, is that our health? Arrow right's not a command you want. Exclamation mark A. I think that's what you want. What am I on? I'm on not hold. Is this a mouse command? That would be bad if true. Well, mouse works, which is problematic, because if mouse does work, there may not be another way to do it. Well, I think for now, we don't need anything here. Yeah, the arrow keys, like, navigate things on individual pages. So if we need to do something on the menu, just literally yell at me. That's your command. Literally at me in chat, and I'll try to get it done while the menu's open. It'll be a fun mini game for me, the streamer. And of course, you can still sabotage that by just toggling the menu really rapidly. Now, you can ask me to ban demolition, but I think more realistically, what we've established is that I will try the menu. Now, for no particular reason, because I was like messing around trying to get sound redemption stuff working, I realized that we haven't actually had a lot of sound redemptions fired off recently, and for some reason that drew my attention to the fact that on the main menu of my Stream Deck, I have a dedicated button for my proudest and most shameful sound redemption, because I had to splice it slightly together to make the pause less pronounced and make it sound even worse than it actually is, although it is intended to be sketchy. Not that one, this one.
I might get wet down there.
That's just, that's just a reminder that there is like weird stuff you can do with channel points if you feel like you're not having enough input on the stream. You could do that. Now look at this. Look at all this candy we've collected. We've got 141 pieces of candy. We're very close to bashing all the pumpkins before us. So much progress. So much progress, chat. Weird stuff you could do. Zacula, it is fantastic to see you. I'm not surprised that this terrible idea has brought someone out of the woodwork. How are you doing, friend?
Yikes forever.
Do feel free to contribute, !controls, to figure out how you can play the game, because I'm not doing it. I do have my own buttons for it, but this is I'm supporting Cass to my own stream today. Yeah, the dumpsters have candy, the trash bags have candy. You're great, how are we? I mean, let me catch you up a little bit, because it's been a minute. Earlier this summer, I moved to Florida, and then last week, we were supposed to do this stream, and Hurricane Milton shut off my power for like 3 days. It's been a bit of a mixed blessing. It's been a really stressful time recently, and it's been good and bad. I enjoy having my own house, and most notably, functional air conditioning. That's very exciting for me. Like I said, she's not sure she wants dumpster candy. Can you explain why that would be? I mean, like, listen, with Halloween candy, you do not know the source. You don't know where the candy is coming from. Which is why you definitely, like, shouldn't eat anything that's, like, not, like, factory sealed from trick-or-treating. Like, for sure, for sure. Dumpster candy would probably be all candy corn. Now, hang on. That feels needlessly targeted and hostile. Ooh, a glowing chest. There could be anything in there, even a single piece of candy. I have no idea what's happening. Well, since you're audio only, I will explain to you what's happening. I was trying to see if I could get one of those old Telltale games to work with the option where chat would choose all the options, and I was going to do it as like a Halloween trick of like, I'm not streaming, I got you so good. But you can't do that because Telltale went defunct as a company, and that is a feature that got disabled. So instead, I figured out how to do Twitch plays of video games. So I found a really simple old Halloween game that came out like over 10 years ago that I played on my YouTube channel before I was really streaming. And chat is playing that. So if you're confused by all the things happening in chat, that is why. They're trying to play the game, because I'm not doing it. Just trying to get the cans. Sweet, sweet cans. I hear you. We've all been there. Anyway, I think I'm doing a relatively good job of picking out, like, non-command comments out of chat. But if you do want to get my attention, do feel free to @me. It seems like a very reasonable thing to do here. Also, if you really want, you can, like, highlight your message. I don't know what that looks like on the on-screen chat that we have scrolling. listen, chat, I honestly, I can't stress enough how proud I am of you. I really wasn't sure we'd get out of that initial circle. Looks like this. So basically doesn't register on the screen. Fair enough, but I like that you highlighted the hold key anyway. That's really good. What did you even just do, Demolition? That looks like powerful and ominous in chat, and obviously registers not at all in any interesting way on the screen. Keep hearing ambient neighborhood audio and occasional smashing sound. That's actually just my mic picking up the neighborhood. I moved to a new house and it's a bad part of town. I'm just kidding. It's super quiet here except for like the 2 raucous parties that have happened since I got here, and also the fireworks from Legoland, because I'm close enough that I can hear them. And roughly once per week I forget that, and then I'm like, what is that weird? It's the fireworks again. Yes, I have a house now. I have my own house for the first time ever. It's exciting and stressful. For example, my garage door does not currently work. It's complicated. It's a story. It's not an interesting story. It will be resolved. Ocean wants us to live in these bins. Well, I'm not banning him, Neko. Ooh, we're getting close to that spooky chest. What could be in there? We'll never know. Don't try to fix the garage door yourself. No, we have like an appointment with a guy. I think he's supposed to come on Monday. I think I noted that. Let me see if I noted that. I'm not doing anything important right now. Calendar. Today is Saturday. No, I didn't. That's the second thing that should be in my calendar that isn't. Within like the span of like 3 days. I did hear the fireworks tonight, and they did seem weirder than usual, which is why I make that observation. Because, like, normally, even though I sort of forget to expect the fireworks, like, they come around, and I'm like, oh, right, fireworks. But, like, what threw me off tonight about those fireworks is that they sounded like they were being, like... It sounded like someone was dragging something heavy. What it specifically reminded me of, for those of you who've seen the Renegade Constabulary playthrough that Tech and I did of Day of the Tentacle, there's a puzzle in Day of the Tentacle where you have to switch 2 mattresses in the attic of the house so that you can direct a cat by using the squeakiness of a worn-out mattress to, like, a location you need on the lower floor. And, like... There's a bit where, like, you see the perspective of another character while someone is, like, dragging mattresses back and forth along the like, attic floor. And, like, that's what it reminded me of. I'm just like... Rumble, rumble, rumble. 10 a.m. I didn't remember the time, but I was pretty sure that it was the 21st. I'm not doing anything important. I'll put that in my phone. 10 a.m. is a good time. Normally, here in Florida, everyone wants to, like... either, like, not give you a time at all, or set a time super early and not quite make that time. I don't understand why this is true. Garage. Just putting in the word garage, that's enough. Day of the Tentacle is a safe for work video game? Yes. It was, like, made for children in the 90s, and, like, there may be, like, an errant, like, mild innuendo or 2 in it, but, like, it's not like Day of the Tentacle as imagined by literally anyone in Japan, for example. Ever play Octodad? I can't actually remember. I think I played, like, a demo of it, like, way back when. I know of Octodad. Actual window is 10 to 2. I think that's actually what I just put in my phone, like, haphazardly. But also, I mean, good luck. A window of 10 to 2 basically means hopefully that day. Ever play I Am Bread? Haven't played it, watched someone play it. Fascinating game. I Am Bread seems like it might be a decent Twitch plays kind of game. I don't know how many controls it has, though. Is it super mouse heavy? It's kind of fixed camera, right? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong. I think there's actually like 2 games where you play as bread trying to be toasted that came out kind of close to each other. Like an Armageddon Deep Impact. Oh, something happened in the game. We got a cardboard box. What could be greater than cardboard box? Well, obviously golf with a gator. Window of 10 to 2 is almost nearly useless for scheduling. Exactly. Like, it basically means they'll probably show up that day. I've seen worse, though. I mean, there are companies that, like, set a window of, like, just all day. They'll just be like, yeah, there's sometime that day. The people who installed the internet here kept showing up early. And I say kept because I was trying to get that set up so that the internet would be accessible, like, when I moved in. Wow, a second thing. We got aluminum foil. Chat, we're booking it. I assume that's because we finally collected everything in this area and demolition stopped trying to counteract chat's progress. We don't quite have enough to become costume. We need 3 parts. The first thing we got was a blueprint, and then in addition to the blueprint, we need 3 parts. Just to demonstrate, if we look at costumes, we need left item. Left item is still grayed out. Never counter chat, just trying to get us to move forward. Sure. I mean, I could close the menu, but it's your show, folks. Yeah, we're gonna be here a minute, aren't we? Now, the ambient neighborhood noises are sort of reminding me of, there's a couple times in the Blackwell series that we've been playing through that I've noticed, like, when there's, like, outdoor settings, there's like, an ambient sort of, like, outdoor noise, like we have here, except, like, in the distance, like, in every case, there's, like, the occasional someone, like, just coughing, like, really badly. So how far do you think we could get in this game, and how far do you think we'll get tonight? Now, granted, it's been long enough since I played through this game originally that I don't, like, remember every story beat. If we complete the costume, you might cry. I think that's a very sensible goal. I mean, we're very close to completing the costume. Now, what I'm concerned about is managing the navigational power of the robot. You do need to, like, hold the power button and move at the same time to jump those ramps to get into some of the fenced-out areas. Case in point, we have completed the costume and Neko is now crying. I assume. Perhaps I shouldn't, but it would be a reasonable response. So this is where you want hold key P. We've never needed it before. This is the first point in the game you have access to something that makes that relevant. We don't need it right now, but it's worth noting that, like, if you just command P with robot, it basically doesn't do anything because his power is to, like, hold P and it makes him skate fast. Also, struggling to type anything without proceeding with an exclamation mark. Yeah, that seems reasonable. All you need to do is set up a stream deck on your end that has all these chat commands linked to your Twitch account. How could I make that any easier for you? See, the trick here is there's no easy way out of the area where you go to collect all the robot pieces. Now, I'll say this as well. This is as far as I got in my testing of the game for this purpose. I really wasn't sure how far we'd get, but I just wanted to reach a point where I had access to costume powers to make sure that the commands would work, and I'm glad that I did, because this was the only thing that made me aware, like, right, you need to be able to hold P, so I have to add that to the hold list. I don't think double... You kind of... Actually, do multiple commands in the same comment work? I don't specifically know of a reason that they don't, because I do actually have a specific setting in place so that the commands can work anywhere in the comment. So you could type, like, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, exclamation mark, hold key W, and then you would move up for like 1.5 seconds. Tried it and it didn't work. Yeah, I think what you... So, like, in order to coordinate the power, you need 2 separate command comments. You need hold key P and hold key a direction. Now, you can coordinate amongst each other or try to fire them off back to back, but if multiple commands in the same comment aren't working, then that should be the only solution. Okay, on 3. I'll be so impressed if that works. Like, it would be genuinely very impressive to me if chat could figure out, like, a way to, like, time these things and make meaningful progress. It's really funny to me that after everyone tried to hold the power button, then nobody made a command for, like, 30 seconds. Now, I really don't know what the limitations of this software are, to be honest. I don't know, like, what manner of crazy things you can do. What does the power button do in the world? So the power button activates, like, an overworld ability of a costume. In this case, we have the robot costume, which has skates. So if you hold the power button down and then move, you move really quickly. I think P is canceled by any movement. I believe I tested this specific instance. I can't stress enough that the hold and the move have to be close together, because I can only set 1 delay increment for how long the hold can happen. You can't do more than 1. So you have the same amount of time between holding the power button and, like, inputting a movement as you do the entire movement you make when you hold a movement, which is like 1.5 seconds or whatever. So, like, hold version, if I do hold power and then down, it doesn't 100% cancel. It's just not great. You saw us just scoot, and I was just using the same commands. I'll tell you what. As a treat, I'll hold P for a while. I think you could still put in commands while I do this. I'm not 100% sure. It's actually really fun for me to figure out ways to work around this, to make this, like, easier when I want it to be easier. Look at us go. It's wild. I mean, this is unbelievable. Hey, why'd you do that? Just following orders, kid. Stay out of our way. Ah! My organs! What did you do with my brother? Sorry, I don't have time to chat. We're on a tight schedule. So long, Stinky. I'm not Stinky. You will be after staying by these trash cans all night. Some costumes have special abilities that can help you in sticky situations. Press and hold P to use your costume ability. I'll give you a couple minutes to try and sort this out amongst yourselves. We have demonstrated it's technically possible. Oh, funny godmother, that's my sister in chat. Ahoy and welcome, thank you for the 77-month resub. Hang on. And then this one, and then this button to get back to this menu. I thought of something else I can do to help that might be fun, but it's not relevant yet. Oh, hey, look at that. You could bash something through the fence because hit detection is bad. There you go. Got that candy. We're up to 205 pieces of candy. There's a sad little kid just sitting in that fenced-off area over there. Vasco, that's just me. I'm so sorry, Neko. Were you the one who suggested yesterday that for the Halloween stream this year I should cut holes in a sheet? Secula says, currently on the metro going to work, and I think a couple is in the middle of breaking up a few seats down from me. This is very awkward. Yeah, I think that you should interrupt them to let them know that you're doing something really important right now and that you need to focus. So wait, hang on. Are you still in, like, mountain time zone, Zacula? I think that's where I last left you. So that would put you, like, evening, like, early night sort of hours. I guess you are under no obligation to explain the start time of your work. It's slightly unusual. I live Zacula in the mountains. Listen, I never said I was a good guy. I live on the north side of DC now. So that means you're in the same time zone as me. That's pretty late. Right over the line into Maryland. Man, you get around, Zacula. Your life is an adventure. Like nights at a luxury hotel. Well, that makes sense. I do remember you working at a hotel in the past. I thought the last time I talked to you, you had moved on to something adjacent but different. Either way, I hope that's going well for you. I mean, I feel like working at a luxury whatever should be a reasonably good time, right? I gotta say, to be honest, I feel like this is going a lot better than I expected it to. Do with that information as you will. Current job is going super well. Absurdly easy job for how much they're paying me. That's great, Zacula. You take that money. You take that money where you could get it. The economy and the world are so bad. That was really close. You know what? The diagonal's gonna be hard enough. I'll give you a little P action. I'll give you a P boost. Hey, did Moobot do that on its own? It somehow figured out how to do that. Here's the trick. It's probably not good for me to hold P indefinitely. So I think it's really easy to get us caught. I'm gonna try to hold P when we're close to the ramp. Is left stuck? Try up. Oh, you're not hold keying. That's probably part of it. Hold key D? Here, I'll if you can get close to the ramp, I'll give you a P boost. Still audio only. Yeah, is there something rude about a P boost? I feel like every now and then we could use a P boost, right? Is that a thing people want? When we have P held, does that make, like, button tapping more powerful? Get off hold mode? Nothing wrong with a P boost between friends. Amen, Zacula, amen. Consenting adults should enjoy a P boost whenever the mood strikes. That was really close. That was really close, chat. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. I think that was loud enough to be detected without being annoying. But like a little golf clap for you. We got out. Which is just like a little pee boost between friends. We all been there. Everything is suffering. So, chat, how would you rate the experience thus far of Twitch Plays Costume Quest? Watch the game, crack open a few brewskis, give a pee boost. Yeah, man. I will say, I do wish that I could set a separate hold interval for power. I did try doing that. It's literally not possible in the software. Yeah, I mean, like, I haven't really helped that much. I think the P-Boost is like a fair concession to make the awkward angle of this, like, alleyway manageable. Other than that, it's mostly been you all, and, like, I wasn't sure we'd get the robot costume, and, like, we're only like an hour and change into the stream. Hey, Haggis. Welcome. I didn't see you earlier. If I missed you, I apologize, but welcome. If you need them, ! controls. I would type it in chat. I mean, I could do it on my phone. I'm not doing anything. I just got in from the show. I know you said you wrote a Halloween play. Was it for like a school or like a community theater? Like what's the venue? Gotta make sure you don't have the software running next time you actually play a game. Well, yeah, it's really easy to do that because I have to go out of my way to make it work. Also, it only has enabled, like, how many buttons is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's only like 9 or 10 buttons total that can be used. And, you know, like, I play a lot of, like, point-and-click adventure games, and, like, mouse doesn't really work, so... Worst enemy, a small gap. It's true, it's rough. So, yeah, since you are just joining us, Haggis, the small movements are probably good for... Oh! You did it! Look, I'm all here ready to mansplain like some kind of jerk, and here Haggis is solving all our problems with the power of dedication and !A. Pog indeed. Here, you know what? As celebration, I'm gonna spoil something for you. I mentioned earlier that I was having trouble trying to get a new sound redemption. I was thinking of adding it for this stream, but I really wanted this stream mostly to be about the experience of Twitch playing Costume Quest and not focused on this sound redemption that will be added for Halloween. But here you go. I feel like you earned it.
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
We play games to find fun things for the soundboard. It's really the only reason to stream on Twitch, I think.
Jason!
Jason.
It's somewhat effective!
So, I don't remember if the game... Actually, it might be a good time to check our menu to see how our objectives changed when we completed that task. But that's up to you. It's your show, chat. You're playing the game.
Get wet. Down there.
Not the menu ban. Let's see. So it looks like our robot quest is completed. We have to go after Reynold, trick-or-treat 20 houses, and find out more about the witch who stole the costume. Okay. That's not so bad. Just an impossible task of trick-or-treating 18 houses. Do you like how the music just drops dead when the menu opens? So, like, we have to do something to get past the mummies? I don't really remember what it is. I don't know if it's just we had to complete that rigmarole. Oh, hang on. Stuff is happening. Hey, can I squeeze past you? Don't touch me, I ain't your mummy. I'll allow that one, but no more puns. Zeka says, a friend of mine years ago had a sound thing that was 28 stab wounds from Detroit Become Human. That was always a hilarious trigger at the most inappropriate times. I don't remember 28 stab wounds. That does sound really good. There's a lot of good sound redemptions in the world, and I only have so many. And I'm now like a patron of Trigger Fire, so like I get an increasingly large number of spaces to dedicate to more sound effects. Like the rate at which you get them is like staggering and overwhelming. Like every month you get like
I don't need a map to
20
get
or something. Yeah, you don't need a map to get to Bone Town. You might get wet down there, etc.
Oh my gosh.
Passing the baton to Haggis for a while. So, that police officer is standing by a barricade that wasn't there a minute ago, huh? I think we may need to actually go south and use our robot power to go over a ramp to get places we couldn't go before. We could talk to the police officer. Hey, Kronos, welcome to the stream. This is the first hour, but excited to catch the special stream. Happy to have you, Kronos. Good to see you, as always. Hope you're doing well. Go ahead and hit ! controls if you want to figure out how to interact with the game, or if you just need a basic explanation. ! Explain also works. Can't get through here. See that horrible accident? Let that be a lesson about Halloween safety. Someone hit several trash cans with an old station wagon. But yeah, if it's not obvious, what we're doing here is basically Twitch Plays Costume Quest. I've set it up so you all can play Costume Quest. And, you know, we're making progress. We have 207 pieces of candy. We have one costume, which granted is, depending on how you look at it, the same or fewer costumes than you start with. But we did lose it for plot reasons and get it back. And I think that was a pretty big accomplishment. Wanted to bash the police officer lady. Really don't think you get the spirit of this game, but you know, I'm here for it, Neko. I really am. I feel like Haggis has some like beautiful mind read on how to like line up these movements. Didn't give us treats, she gets violence. This makes me think of anyone ever see the movie? I think it's called Meet Me in St. Louis, right? The musical with like Judy Garland. There's like this insane Halloween scene in it that like I'm pretty sure is supposed to depict like a normal like average Halloween from that time period, and it's like a nightmare. Like, people, like, busted up a wagon and lit it on fire, and, like, children are, like, beating each other in the streets with, like, pillowcases full of flour, and, like, no one's acting like this is the end of days. They're like, haha, Halloween. And it's like, oh my god, get me out of here. I don't want to go outside at all. I don't know how that transitioned to, like, going places and getting candy. Did you see that? Briefly skated us. I was too absorbed in my own nonsense as usual. But look, we skated again. I told you they don't hard counter each other. You just need inputs back to back because you only get like a 1.5 second input period once the hold starts. Oh, look at that. You could bash that. Look at that. Look at you go, chat. See, I feel like if we played this for long enough, there wouldn't even be gaps in between. Like, we'd just be doing stuff as if I was playing. I should outsource all of my content. It's so much easier to not be focused on anything other than chat and still be able to react to the game. Are you not entertained? Isn't this what people want? Is only commentary and no input from me on gameplay? Or is that in fact the opposite of the infamous comment from Tiger Zero? Now you get why Temu works? I don't know that much about Temu. But is your implication that, like, you don't have to make the product, you just outsource it? This is the opposite of a YouTube long play, but still long. That's profound and true. So Vasco, pesto or mu dang? I'm not a big pesto fan. I honestly don't think I know what mu dang is. I know I've heard it before, but I feel like I heard it for the first time in my life, like in the last 60 days, and I don't know what it is. Simply outsourcing equals profit. Yeah, that's true. At my old job, one of my coworkers, like, tried to start a pet luggage business by, like, outsourcing the manufacturing and just, like, putting a white label on it. It didn't end up being, like, a full-fledged, like, business or anything, but, like, an effort was made. I respect it. Mudeng is the name of a shiny hippo. Pesto is a baby penguin. You people are making these things up. That's not true. Just out of curiosity, where's everyone trying to get right now? Are we on the same page? I don't know. I think I've seen this hippo. I think I've seen a hippo without context, as I'm assuming the hippo in question, Mudang. If you trick-or-treat once, we'll be pleased. So far, we're at 2 out of a mandatory 20 to complete this section of the game. The hippo's pretty good. I haven't seen Pesto the penguin, assuming that's also a real thing. I don't know. There's something entertaining about the fact that, like, hippos are so intrinsically dangerous, but, like, a little one's cute. A little one's cute as a treat. Wu-Tang is known for hating bads and biting her keeper. She's going to be a menace. She's too small for teeth. What a good age. It's true, we have trick-or-treated these houses, Haggis, if that changes anything for you. I suspect there may be a ramp somewhere around here we need to scoot up, and I'll give you a P-boost if you can get close to it. I don't honestly know where it is, but considering there's, like, nowhere to go up in Trash Alley, and the left is barricaded and the right's blocked by mummies, I think we gotta go around somewhere. The biting will be less cute when she grows up. That feels like a profound understatement. When the hippo has teeth, that will be lethal. I think that is a wrong way ramp. I think that's our way out of the place I kind of suspect we want to get in. We could bash whatever that is. I think it's a trash can. Look at that. 211 pieces of candy. If I had thought this all the way through, I would have, like, come up with some, like, reward system for you all for, like, as you reach certain tiers of candy, like, I don't know, I could do something for you, or we'd unlock something for the stream. What types of candy do you think we have? I think we have only circus peanuts, which, as I understand it, are literally styrofoam. I know, like, one person who's ever eaten them, and, like, they thought it was really funny that they did. Every 10 candy is 1 candy for you. I'd already be dead. I had, like, a whole piece of cake today that I shouldn't have had. And then, you know what? I also had 3 small chocolate chip muffins, because I can't help but be a disappointment to myself and others. At least when it comes to eating. And, you know, streaming. Someone handed me circus peanuts with the expectation I eat them, I might become violent. The thing I've been saying lately, and I don't know why I started saying this, is, like, when something, like, makes me mad, like, I used to, like, give really, like, colorful descriptions of the violence I would do, but I've, like, tried to tone that down for the sake of streaming. Just because, you know, with the advent of AI, I feel like someone will like implicate me in crimes. The thing I'm taking to saying now to be like less violent in my language is simply like it makes me want to commit crimes, and then I leave it up to your imagination. What's the worst crime I could commit right now? I don't know. It's up to you. The Kappa guy got canceled. I know that they like redid Kappa, and like the new one's not as good from what I remember. I haven't seen it in a minute. I realized it got canceled. I thought there was like some rights dispute or some weird thing. We're celebrating ostensibly good. That is true. Some of you all know that like for like something like 2 months now, like close to 2 months, I've been trying to get my car title transferred over to me because like the lender that I used to like buy the car 5 years ago like didn't do any diligence to like alert the state of California that I had paid off my debt, and like had me do all the legwork, and like doing remote DMV work from 3,000 miles away is horrible. It makes me want to commit crimes. And then like today I randomly just got an email on a Saturday, mind you, that they had processed my title transfer, which I paid to send the necessary documents overnight, like on like October 7th. It was 2 days before the hurricane hit. So it took like 12 days for the overnight mail to get there and be processed by the California DMV. We found our own house. No, back to start. Well, hey, listen. While I was ranting, we got up to 215 pieces of candy. It is good news. Now, the concern is, will I ever get those documents? Unclear. What I should do is check to see, because I have a tracking number for like someone in one of my like dozen plus phone calls to the California DMV customer service line told me that I should like send in my overnight envelope an overnight envelope that is prepaid back to myself. I have no idea if they'll actually use it, but I have a tracking number because I paid for it. I should probably check that. I don't know if it'll be like active yet, because if they process the paperwork today, it doesn't necessarily mean that they would have sent it today also. Hurricane. Is Legoland not in California? There is a Legoland in California, and there's also a Legoland in Florida. And I happened to move from California, which had a Legoland, to Florida, which has a Legoland. How do we reach chest? From the bottom? The one we saw like a couple minutes ago? It's my guess that we reach that from the bottom. Either that or we'd have to do it from the right, because it's not from the top, and I think the bottom edge of that zone is like the bottom edge of the starting map. Like, I think, a plan you could execute in playing this game, chat, is to just, like, do a perimeter search of the bottom zone from, like, starting house to right or somewhere in that area. Because, like, I don't think we can jump the barricade from this side. I think we have to reach that from someplace past the mummies, because the ramp is sort of facing back this way. And since, like, the mummies are a wall there, and the blockade is there, and everything else is natural wall, I'm assuming that somewhere at the bottom of the map is a ramp we can use. And if we get close to it, I'll give you a P boost. I'll do it for you. $217 pieces of candy. I feel like maybe I should consider, like, a really expensive channel point redemption that's like we can set up a Twitch plays for something remotely manageable. I don't know what the limitations on that are. I think that has to be like reviewed. You only get candy corn from trash cans? Nah, I mean, I think there's implied to be some like wrap pieces of candy from at least some of the pickups. You're above ground. That's exciting, exactly. It sounds like you've been playing one of my favorite games from back in college. When I was in college, I would typically take the train to and from Boston to get back to my family home in Pennsylvania for holidays, rather than like take flights and do all the airport stuff. And it would often be the case that at like some point during that fairly long train ride, I'd like make a call to a friend or something to like catch up with them because I had like nothing but free time. And signal would drop out like really hard, really fast. And so I called that game Tree or Tunnel, which is like, it's so dark outside at a certain point that like it's largely indistinguishable if you're in a darkened tunnel or just outside and there's trees, but you can't tell because it's dark. And then one of the chief ways to know if you're in a tunnel is that you like rapidly lose signal. It could be by the mummies, but you know, that's why I sort of suggested as a possibility that we just like check the whole lower area to see where there's a ramp. I mean, I'm fairly certain the only way forward here is a ramp somewhere. There's got to be a way to get in these fenced areas. I mean, there's a chest. You got to be able to open it. This game isn't hostile to pirates, so you know it's an option. Need to talk to the mummies that are fighting. Ooh, that also might be true. Night Friend is a playable character, right? Generally, signal in the DC Metro isn't too bad even underground, but apparently it's bad enough not to be able to stream video. Seems fair, though. Step back or you're going to be the one in bandages. I think we're still talking to not the ones in the fight. I think we need to edge a little closer to them. Those contextual buttons are tricky. It'd be really funny to send someone just like the chat log from this stream. Can you step aside for 1 second? No, I think that's the same guy. I think we're still there. Contextual buttons. I know, right? Ooh, that looks promising. Thank you, Travis, for clarifying for me your position on nerds. You don't have my permission to trick or treat. Hey, what's going on? Oh, the input lag is glorious. It's time you kids learn that in this neighborhood tonight is about me getting candy. Travis, I'm important. I got 2 thumbs. Run, brave Samaritan. He is as fast as he is impervious to something. I am not programmed for failure. Man, I hate nerds. And now we sit. And now we wait. Run! Use your special robot boost to outrun Travis. I'll give you a P boost. I feel like you earned it. Speaking of buttons, my old man yelling at nothing opinion is that I hate so many games that have interact inputs of hold X or whatever instead of just pressing the button. Is that just a commentary on contextual button presses in general? We cannot do this. We can do this! Chat, collectively, we have 221 pieces of candy. We've assembled a robot costume from garbage. We've trick-or-treated on 2 doors, and we talked to 2 people to prompt the next mission. We can do this. We did fail the thing. There is a time limit. There will likely need to be a coordinated effort once we prompt the mission to start. I will hold P. I will give you that benefit because without that may actually be impossible. But I will hold that. You all just need to chase it. Yeah, I will, as soon as the race starts, I will hold P. I was doing it last time, but we didn't get any move command, so just like, I think we actually moved backwards once, ran into a car, and then he disappeared. I think that's what happened. It hasn't clarified anything to be able to see what's going on, Zacula. Have you learned any more about the couple that's breaking up? We're chasing him? We're chasing him, right? I think it said, like, don't let him get away. We're going north. I don't think you can go south once the thing starts. I think it was the right call not to put a significant delay between individual user commands. Haggis is very dedicated to this. Oh. Oh. Probably shouldn't hold P yet. Alright, I think we're starting. I'm holding P. Gonna smash you like weak old pumpkin. Run, run. I think he got us. Okay, hold on, hold on. Mercy rule. I will manually initiate the chase and hold P, but you are responsible for the chase, okay? I think this is a fair compromise to make progress. Ready? Ready? Holding P. Do it again. Ready? Go. He is fast. It's a real nuisance. Okay, hold on. Ready? Go. It is possible this may not be possible. I want to give this a real chance, though. So we're ready now. We are doomed. This actually seems reasonably difficult. Not like impossible to do normally, but like that's not like a very forgiving window to start with. Okay, ready? You don't have to do P. I got P. I got power covered. See, that was good. We didn't get there, but that was good. I think what we need, like... So hear me out, chat. Hear me out. I'll get it started once I say my piece on this. I think that, like, the second that we hit the screen... There's, like, a screen where, like, hitting I doesn't advance anything, where they're like, he's gonna smash you like a pumpkin or whatever. And I think once that happens, you all just be mashing, like W and D, I guess? So I'm just gonna say pumpkin for those of you on lag. And then I'm gonna hold P the second I can. Pumpkin. We're making progress. Like so many things, we're making progress. Pumpkin? Just don't stop. That one, that felt unfair. That felt unfortunate. Okay, hold on. It's weird that I can fight you on this when I really want to. Pumpkin? It is tricky that we seem to keep getting caught on the right edge. I think we, like, need to alternate, which is... It's gonna be hard. Don't get me wrong. It will be hard. Hold on. Pumpkin? That was so good. That was so good. We're getting better. I'm so impressed. I'm proud. Okay, hold on. Pumpkin. Okay, not our best showing, but it's fine. It happens. Hold on. Pumpkin. Okay. I see the planning happening in chat. I believe in it. I believe this is gonna happen. Pumpkin. That felt close to me. I know that wasn't our PB, but I feel like we're making some real progress in our strategy, okay? Pumpkin. God, he really doesn't give you like a lot of window there. It's like it's fairly annoying. I'll give you that. Okay, pumpkin. Yeah, that light pole sucks. So does the honestly, that ninja that's supposed to be directing you, also a real hazard. Okay, hold on. Pumpkin. Can I reduce traffic density to -1? I don't really know what the implication of that is. Okay. Pumpkin. It's actually kind of interesting. I think he doesn't chase you until you make some forward progress. If there's some way you want to try and coordinate that, that might be a possibility for you. Pumpkin. Okay, hold on. Pumpkin. Oh, oh. Progress, progress. Pumpkin. Holding P has never been so exciting. Okay, okay. It's just a little slimy. It's still good. Pumpkin. This, like, genuinely, in fairness to you all, this is, like, intensely unforgiving for what it is. Okay, pumpkin. I think we definitely have the right idea. You gotta get changed into your fancy suit. Have fun, Zangula. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a lovely evening. All right, everyone. Pumpkin. 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 Might have to dip soon to spend time with your beloved wife. Just have her join in chat. What could she possibly do that's more entertaining than this? How is this not like what she wants to do with her Saturday evening? I feel like we're really close that time, chat. Pumpkin? I actually have no concept of how far we need to get on this. I really don't. There's like some slight rubber banding. Like there's a little chance to recover, but it still needs like a pretty consistent forward movement. Pumpkin? That was good. That was good. Think it's a full-on race? It probably is, to be honest with you. I think if we can demonstrate that we get far enough, I'll just, like, get us through this. But I believe in us, and I want to see how far we can get. Like, there's definitely another person waving us on. Pumpkin. Okay. Pumpkin. No. Pumpkin. Promising, but we need more W to counteract that D. Gotta counteract the D. Pumpkin. And go. I'll tell you what, if you can make it to that first turn, I'll checkpoint you there. No, that actually sounds terrible. How would we manage that? Okay, hold on. Pumpkin. We'll come up with something. We'll make this work. There's so much W. Pumpkin. Solving for a completely different reason. Is it because you don't have enough candy corn? I think we need more. Like Demolition had suggested before that like 2 people focus on W versus D. We have a lot of W right now. It is going to jam us into that light pole, I think. Okay, hold on. Pumpkin. Go. That was close. I think that was genuinely close. Pumpkin. Pumpkin. This is a 1-minute race. Oh, we can do a 1-minute. Wow, how did we even manage? Somehow we got caught before I hit P. That feels problematic. Pumpkin. Go. Okay, pumpkin. Go. Progress, progress. Pumpkin. Pumpkin. Go. All right, chat. Someone at me if you want to re-strategize. This isn't even the first turn. It's true. Do you have a sense of how many total turns it is, Demolition? Pumpkin. Go. 3. 3 is small enough to sound remotely manageable, but it's like really not. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Okay, pumpkin. See, what's wild is, if I just, like, hold the button here, it feels like we're inclined to go largely in the direction that we need to go, but somehow the pause of the cutscene seems to be tricking people. The car is going to be an issue if we hug the right. That's true. Car's an environment object in terms of design. I mean, it's a hazard nonetheless. I don't think that we can complete the race. I would like to see us make the first turn. I feel like if we could make the first turn, it's a sufficient proof of concept to me that we could do this, that I can just try and get us past this. Although this does legitimately seem hard. Like, I'm not much of a keyboard gamer, so like me trying to do this to get us past it may also take a few tries. What we need is some kind of metronome. Yeah, I mean, like, there's two ways to try and alternate. Is, like, you can either respond to someone else's comment, or you each just, like, beat and rest. I so believe in the power of chat. Like, I don't want to skip this just cuz. Like, I feel like we can make that turn. A bold play. Alright. I'm holding P whenever. But if you stay still, he won't catch you. We have proven this sufficiently, I think. Yeah, mailbox also not our friend. If just at me if you want me to reinitiate it. I'm not sure if we're still in the planning phase, but I believe in us. What are we thinking, chat? What are we thinking? Can we use bezels to stop time and try attack? No. Okay, I'm gonna try and initiate this while you two have your rhythm going. Pumpkin, get ready. Go. Okay, we doubled down on D, which normally is not a concern, sometimes even desirable. But yeah, I think that timing was good, but we do need a W and a D. So we think we can do that? Haggis on W, demolition on D. Can we do it? Can we manage it? And I'll form the head with the letter P, Voltron style. Okay, I'm gonna initiate it. Are we ready? I'm assuming no response is yes. Ready? Pumpkin. Go. That was promising. I know we didn't get that far, but that was promising. Okay, hold on. Hold. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna initiate. I. Next one's pumpkin. And then ready. Go. That was pretty close. That was pretty close. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. We wanna, okay, let's go again. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. Okay, somehow we managed to get a move right away that got us caught. Don't worry about that. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. Okay, progress. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. That was so close. Did you see that? Did you see how close that was? I believe in you, chat. Okay, hold on. Pumpkin. Ready. And go is when I hit the P button, for if that hasn't been obvious. Now, I understand the trick is it's really hard to correct because, like, just to go in a straight line, we need the coordination. So that's why I just want to see us make it to that first row. We're, like, not ever going to manage to turn with the unforgiving way this works. If we can make it, like, if we can just, like, crash into the wall we're supposed to turn in, I'll get us through this somehow. Okay, pumpkin. Ready. Go. Oh, that's not P. Go. Pretty good, pretty good. I know we just switched players in there. That makes things complicated, okay. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. Okay, ready? I'm gonna... Next button will be pumpkin. Then we get the little cutscene. And then go. So, pumpkin. Ready. Go. The trick is with the obstacles laid out as they are, we need the rhythm, like, right away. There's, like, no ability to really course correct with the amount of leeway the game gives us. So, pumpkin, ready, go. Yeah, I think begin descend on pumpkin's right. That's why I've been trying to give the lead time, because I know we have some input lag. So, pumpkin, ready, go. Okay, hold on. Pumpkin, ready, go. That was good. That was good. I know, listen, I know we can crash into the wall and still fail, but demonstrate the proof of concept. I know we can do it. Pumpkin. Ready? Go. Okay, okay. Pumpkin. Ready? Go. Again. Pumpkin. Ready? Go. Or to us to do the race like us. No, you have this. I will... My concession is I'm holding peace, so you don't worry about that at all. And if you can just get to the end of this straightaway, we consider that the end of the race, and I'll do it for you. So, pumpkin, ready, go. Again, pumpkin, ready, go. Again, pumpkin, ready, go. One more time. I think there's an inherent lag between her and UK and stateside. It's possible. I don't know. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. See, the game does, like, allow a little bit of leeway. Like, he slows down before he catches up to you. It's funny, like, the alternating, if done just the right way, should actually give us a little bit of leeway as opposed to just going in a straight line. There's almost a way in which this helps us, but not quite. Okay, I'm gonna go again. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. Now, I'm not saying that anyone, like, is at fault. This is a stupid thing to do. You ever see the McElroy brothers play, like, Mario with 3 controllers? They repeatedly say, like, the problem with this is that it's a stupid thing to do. You should just play it with 1 controller. But the point is, I believe that this can be done. And that's because I have faith in you, not because I think that this is an easy task. So I'm gonna go again. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. That last one was pretty close. See, like, that was pretty close. If we could have managed to start on the diagonal right away, I think that would have been good. Okay, so pumpkin. Ready. Go. That was also close. We got off the lamppost almost in time to clear that. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. That was good. That was good. Keep it up. Keep the momentum. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. Okay, got a little stuck that time, but we're doing good. I believe in us. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. Okay, let's give that another shot. Pumpkin. Ready. Go. Or not. Not go. Okay, that wish it had some real life stuff to attend to. We have a dwindling number of people. Do we feel like we can do this? I don't want you to say no because it's hard. If you think it can't be done with the people left, then that's fine. I mean, I don't doubt that there's an issue with the lag. I mean, the problem is just that, like, at a certain point, I mean, even if I just played through the race to get us to the other side, if you feel like this isn't doable, is there a point in continuing? I mean, again, I've been trying my absolute hardest to get people to come out for this stream because I know that, like, it's not going to be interesting for, like, one person in chat to be doing this. So, like, does that mean that we're just done? Which is a fine answer, if that's true. Like, I think this is a fun idea, and I think that this has exceeded my expectations for, like, for how this could have gone, given that we didn't get the turnout I'd hoped for. Which isn't to say that, like, this wasn't good, just, like, I'd sort of hoped, like, maybe the sensational title would catch some extra people, and me spamming the Discord would get some of the people who only sometimes come and that sort of thing. So like, you know, not trying to put blame on myself or on anyone else, just sort of like the circumstances of like, I wanted like a critical mass of like 20 plus people, and we didn't get there, and that's fine. But like, I think that this has been a good time. But like, if we just like, so like basically, like, do we think we're good on this for now? Like, I'm happy to like revisit this in the future if like this is a fun thing to do when we can get people to show up or something. The boy asked for costume quest and didn't show. He didn't so much ask for costume quest as posit sarcastically that the game would be costume quest, but was in fact correct. As we got closer to the stream, I was trying to put out some additional clues to get people excited. Again, I was trying to do my best to get people excited without giving away exactly what was going on. Because, you know, I wanted it to be something of a Halloween trick. That's the concept anyway. So... we all must sacrifice. I don't know. I mean, it's entirely possible we've just reached our limit here. The thing is, like, I could get us past this. Like, I think it's fun for... like, just imagine how good it would feel if we got to the end of that road. Because, like, again, I have no illusions that we'd be able to manage that, like, minute race with 3 turns. That sounds insane. Like, the amount of coordination necessary to make a single turn with the way that guy is like riding your butt on the skateboard, like no shot, no way. But like, my concern is like, if I got us to the other end of that and we have like 2 people who are willing to like actively participate, like I still don't think that's necessarily worth like continuing. But like, I do genuinely feel like this was a worthwhile experiment, and I think this was fun, and I think that the people here had fun. I mean, you can tell me if you don't think that's true. I will not be offended. I really thought that this could go any which way and would not have been surprised if people were just genuinely mad at me for trying to do this. But, like, it was, like, a weird thing, and it was, like, in a way, the closest thing that I could get to the idea I wanted to do, and I thought it was worth trying something different. You could just copy and paste 2 different things without delay, you could give the race a go on your own. I'm not even sure if that's true. Like, even without lag and, like, the ability to just, like, perfectly alternate between 2 pastes, like, having a stream deck, basically, I actually don't think this race is forgiving enough that, like, one person could do that on their own. I genuinely don't. If you'd like to look in this for the future, Lorelai'd be good for this. No timing things in the game. But there's one part necessary with the mouse. Well, obviously the mouse part's a problem unless that can be rebound, which sometimes it can be, sometimes it can't. I don't know. Could give it a go on my own, not a success. That's fair. I think it might not be possible as a robot. Tim Schafer needs a human soul to play his games. That's an interesting takeaway from this experiment. I don't know. I mean, it was hard to necessarily get input on what would be effective for this without, like, telling people what exactly it was going to be. But also, like, Costume Quest is sort of like a historic touchstone of, like, the Vasco channel. Like, I feel like there's some good crossover interest with this game and the stupid idea. So even though, and I said this earlier, like, I don't think that this is, like, the perfect game to pick for this. I do think that it's a good game to pick for this. And again, I think this was actually a pretty significant success. I really wasn't sure we'd make any progress. I feel pretty good about what we accomplished here. I was thinking we could try to finish Blackwell. I don't know if that does a disservice to people. I mean, I don't know. Let's be honest. No one's watching Blackwell other than like Demolition and Neko anyway. It's not the worst. So my thought had been to finish Blackwell at the start of next Friday and then just Franbo to the end of the month. Because I think Franbo is... I don't know. Maybe we just do it. Okay. It might make my life easier in the future to try and finish it now. It definitely doesn't make my life easier in the present. But when have I ever shied away from masochism? So, let's call it here for Twitch Plays Costume Quest. Again, I think this was a pretty big success. I don't know if I'd go quite so far as to say a huge success. But this turned out, I think, about as well as I could have hoped for. Maybe not the best it could have been, but I think on the top end of what was realistic to expect from this. And I am grateful to those of you who did come out and did participate in this. I know it is insane. That's kind of the point, but still, giving it a fair shot and putting in the effort, I do appreciate. I do wish we could win the race, and we could always return to that. I mean, my thought was always like, if this was popular, or, you know, there was like a, for some reason, particular demand to revisit something like trying to finish the race. Like, it's a thing we could come back to. Like, it's not that hard in the scheme of things for me to set this up again. The hard part was getting it set up in the first place. The second hardest part is making sure that I have everything adjusted to fire off again. The third part is getting enough people in chat for it to make any sense. But we're gonna call it here for this. I hope you've enjoyed this. We will still have like a costume donut stream. It is tradition. I haven't really figured out with the new time zone and some other factors what time next Sunday I intend to do that, but next Sunday is the weekend before Halloween. God help us all. So for now, I'm going to call it here. If you want to play Secret Squirtle, I encourage you to check out the genuine finale to the Blackwell Epiphany. And let me just head over to that, because time is a resource and it is not infinite. Thank you, everybody, for watching and for bearing with me with this ridiculous idea. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for being here, particularly on this night. It is important to me. I do wish we could have done this last week. I don't know if it would have made any difference. I think it would have been a little bit easier to get people out just because I've been talking about it. And thank you for being you, because you all are amazing. And not just amazing, remember that you are Colossum. Just like this guy. Secret Squirtle below Candy Corn. You know what? You know what, Neko? Just because Candy Corn is so integral to Costume Quest, and because you know there's a Squirtle back there. You know that's true. You get that one for free. But I am signing off so I can play a whole rest of another game, hopefully. Take care of yourselves, and remember that you are Colossum.